Youth Transformation Center is a not-for-profit organization in Colorado that trains school students to take responsibility for their actions and behaviors so they can reach their full potential. The Boomerang program uses both restorative justice and restorative practice techniques that move youth and young adults away from risky behaviors to more positive and fulfilling lifestyles that contribute to a healthier community. Many of our Boomerang graduates report after Boomerang they left gangs, stopped the use of alcohol and drugs, and re-engaged in their education, seeing it now as a stepping stone to getting what they want out of life.
Hi, my name is Deborah Hendricks, and I am the board chair for the Youth Transformation Center. In the last 20 years, this organization has helped transform so many young people's lives who have learned how to dream big and to do better based on what they've learned in those restorative justice conferences, as well as in our signature program, Boomerang. Why? Because this has been life-changing for these young people that sometimes have felt that they had nowhere to go. They couldn't dream big. They couldn't make any decisions that would impact their lives going forward. So now, teachers, parents, you will have a resource that you can utilize to help young people learn how to take ownership and responsibility for the goals and the directions that they want in their lives. This video will showcase just a sample of what is in the Boomerang workbook, which is now available online, as well as on our website at youthtransformationcenter.org. So teachers and parents, this will give you an opportunity to be creative, to inspire, and look for how you can make a difference in your students as well as your children's lives by helping them change the trajectory of where they're going and learn how to dream big. Thank you.
Hi, Pete Lee here, founding board member of the Youth Transformation Center and a retired senator and state representative. Restorative justice has been a worldwide movement to alter the trajectory of criminal justice. Colorado has been a leader in restorative justice, passing a dozen bills to incorporate restorative justice into the criminal and juvenile codes. Those bills have passed almost unanimously, primarily because restorative justice works. Rather than relying on punishment to change kids' behavior, the success of restorative justice is attributable to the fact that it relies on the kids accepting responsibility for what they did, developing empathy, and repairing the harm to their victims and community. Our criminal justice system relies on punishment, which we all know does not alter behavior in any way. Right now, Colorado spends close to $50,000 a year to keep one person in prison for 1 year. Alternatively, we spend around $8,000 to $10,000 a year to keep one student in a classroom. By utilizing restorative justice, we will be able to reverse those trends so that we spend more on classrooms than cages and more on textbooks than prisons. Thank you.
Youth Transformation Center has been a labor of love for us.
Little did we know 20 years ago when all this started that we'd have the honor and privilege to reach thousands of youth in Colorado's Pikes Peak region and in Canada and Europe.
We still get emails and texts from students who took the Boomerang workshop 20 years ago, thanking us for giving them the tools to transform their lives.
Yes, and showing them one guaranteed way to become a millionaire.
And we also want to thank the amazing teachers, parents, and school and district leaders who partnered with us to make a transformation possible.
And may your generosity and dedication to serving youth come back to you as blessings for generations to come.
Hi, I'm Jan Rogers, and I'm a conflict specialist. My practice includes dispute resolution, mediation, and restorative practices. I've been partnering with Youth Transformation Center for over 5 years. Today, I'll be your guide as we explore a select few techniques from the Boomerang program in a live classroom setting. Through showing you the teaching and learning environment in which we interact with students, we'll highlight activities from the Boomerang program and how we're able to engage with students in a meaningful and fun way. Our mission is to build self-confidence, help formulate a vision for young people's lives, and help them consider how their actions today can have a real impact on the quality of their futures. In Boomerang, middle school and high school age students create a compelling big dream for their lives based on their natural gifts and talents. They fill out the Amazing Maze, a tool that allows them to set goals for relationships, career choices, and educational pursuits. They talk about things like communication skills, conflict resolution, and healthy relationships, all while having fun. In our first activity, called Don't Drop the Ball, we'll go right to the classroom and see Alice, one of our facilitators, challenge the students to all touch a ball without dropping it as fast as they can.
Now the first game we're going to start out with, I have a ball right here in my hand. Do not drop the ball. You can pass it around. I will be timing. We're going to start with you. We're going to pass the ball in this direction here and see how long it will take to get back to this young man. Any questions? Okay, hold on. Let me get my stopwatch. Okay. Ready? Go. Time. That was 39 seconds. Now, can we beat 39 seconds? Yes. Who think everyone must touch the ball? 39 seconds is the time to beat.
This activity is designed to give students insight as to the importance of working in teams, thinking outside the box, and realizing there isn't just one way to do things.
Is there another way to solve it, gentlemen, ladies?
Kalea.
Ah, come on up, Kalea. You guys give Kalea a hand. Now, listen to what Kalea is going to tell you. Go ahead, Kalea.
You can sit the ball down and everybody has to come up and touch it, but you have to make sure you at least touch it with one finger. So when we set it down, everybody has to come up and touch it and go back.
Can we handle that? Kalea, better yet, why don't you just hold it right here and everyone touch it? Tell them which finger to point out.
Your pointer finger.
Okay, ready, go.
I got it.
Kalea, thank you very much. You guys give her a hand. She did it in 8 seconds.
Wasn't that great to see the students come together and reach their goals in such a creative process? Now we're going to explore an activity called Natural Gifts and Talents. So follow me into the classroom where I share my own journey on finding a fulfilling career. So when I was 16 years old, many, many years ago, I got my first real job on my 16th birthday working at Tubby's Submarine Shop. After a while, because I was pretty good at it and I was using some of my gifts and talents, they asked me to be the person that closes the whole store at night, which I thought was pretty cool. Well, one night, my coworker and I were talking. She had just been hired that week, and I was training her. I find out that she's making the same amount of money that I am, even though I'm training her and managing. I got pretty upset. So about 1 o'clock in the morning, never do anything important at 1 o'clock in the morning. I took a piece of paper and I wrote, because we didn't have texts, I want a 25-cent raise or I quit. And I put it on the desk counter for the morning manager to find. Because I thought, this isn't fair. I don't like this. So what do you think happened? I got fired. I got fired. That was an important life lesson. Never put anything in writing that should be said in person. And be careful about the words you choose. At any rate, that started me on the journey of finding the job that not only was I good at, that I used my natural gifts and talents, but it was a job that I liked and liked me back. That was a job that I felt good about. It took many years. In fact, it took about 40 years for me to find the career where I used my natural gifts and talents and I loved it. And that's what brought me here to you today. So why are we talking about this? Because we're hoping that it won't take you all 40 years, that you'll be thinking about it sooner, and you'll be smarter than I was, and you will have a plan as you're taking your steps through that maze. So now what I'd like you to do is take out the sheet of paper here. I first want you to read through all of that, both sides, and any natural strength or talent that you think, hey, I can do that. I'm good at that. I like that. Circle it. Don't even think too hard about it. Just circle it. And you probably have a lot of different ones. So circle as many as you want. There's no limit. When you're done circling all of your gifts and talents, I want you to look at the careers that go along with those gifts and talents. And I want you to circle any career that excites you. Through this activity, the students are able to deepen self-awareness and go through a process of self-discovery to gain insight on what they already enjoy and do well, and to acknowledge and value the strengths they bring that can enrich life. This next activity is a thought exercise called downtime, where I challenge the students to maximize their time in order to reach their long-term goals. So we're going to talk about using your time. Olympic medalists don't just decide to go to the Olympics and win a gold medal. Hey, I think I'm going to go to the Olympics and win a gold medal. No. They take a lot of time to do what? Train. When they're training, that's called downtime. Uptime is the actual time that they're competing. Uptime is only 10% of our lives. So only 10% of our lives are spent actually demonstrating and performing our skills, our talents, proving to the world what we've got. 10%, that's it. 80% is what we invest in our downtime. When we're not performing, but we're practicing, we're preparing. The other 10% might be watching TV, sleeping, taking a nap, hanging out with friends. That's all good stuff. That's great stuff. But let's be honest, that's probably not going to get us into the Olympics or, in the company of Michael Jordan, right? Big dreams are no big deal unless they're followed by action. That's what the downtime is, action. So go ahead and write down 3 action steps, your big dream, and 3 action steps, and make them small. Small, like these little sparkles in here. They're little, but they add up, and they can become something big. But you got to start small so that you can attain it, you can succeed. We see how the students were able to simplify goal setting and break down the process of reaching larger goals with smaller ones to energize forward movement and generate a sense of urgency to get started now. This next activity, called I Am the One, is an energetic affirmation exercise to empower the students to step up and take ownership of their own lives. And it's fun. Let's check it out. What do you have control over? Now, there may be some things you have control over. Do you typically have control over what other people say and do? No, right? We can't control what other people say or do. Who can we control? Ourselves. That's right. And really, that's the only person that we can control, is ourselves. And even someday, if you ever have children, you'll find out that we can't even control children. So you have the power to be the one that makes the changes in your life that lead you to success, to reach your goals. So this is going to be a reading time. And I'm going to need an echo. I am the one.
I am the one.
My mission is to be the cause of my own life.
My mission is to be the cause of my own life.
After all,
It's
my life and it's my maze.
It's my life and it's my maze.
I can take on something amazing for myself
I can take on something amazing for myself
that excites me
that excites me
and uses my inborn gifts and talents
and uses my inborn gifts and talents
to make my life better.
to make my life better.
I can make the world around me
I can make the world around me
better than it was
better than it was
before I came along.
before I came along.
If I don't do it,
If I don't do it,
who will?
who will?
Face it.
Face it.
I am the one.
I am the one.
It's not really all that difficult.
It's not really all that difficult.
I just have to put one foot in front of the other.
I just have to put one foot in front of the other.
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
Plan my work
Plan my work
and work my plan.
and work my plan.
Everyone stand up and say, I am the one.
I am the one.
This next activity, called Shoot to Win, is a fun way to raise the energy in the room, get students on their feet, and lighten things up. Each student is given a piece of paper, they wad it up into a ball, and then at the same time, they all try and throw it into the basket in the middle of the room. By process of elimination, the last person to get it in the basket gets a gift card.
Okay, guys, if you look underneath your chair, you will find a piece of paper. I want you to grab that paper and ball it up. Where's all my basketball players? Okay, this time, guys, stand up, stand behind your chairs. Are we ready? Okay, one at a time. Basketball player, shoot, 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 shoot. Shoot. Come on, ladies. Shoot. Shoot. Thank you. Shoot. Hey. Shoot. Shoot. Go ahead. Shoot. Shoot. Okay, everyone sit down with the exception of my basketball players. Young lady, you remain standing. You two remain standing. Okay, Steph Curry, shoot. 3-pointer.
Oh my God. Hey, no way.
His ball's small.
No! Do I have to? You want to get
He won again.
Gift card, young man.
This final activity is a fun way to encourage students to express appreciation for one another. Each student is given 2 pieces of candy, and they're given the option of keeping their candy or giving one or both to another student in the circle and expressing appreciation for that person. Now, if you have time, typically students will take turns handing their candies to someone in the circle and expressing what they appreciate about that person. This is a great way for students to practice saying thank you to others.
You need to give someone a Jolly Rancher and thank them for something they said or something they shared with you.
Oh, I'm not getting either back. Wow. Wait, Damari. Damari. Come here. Wait, I was people like standing outside.
He told me that.
Now, if I stay on
Boomerang is the perfect complement to restorative justice services because it keeps kids in school, sometimes off the streets, and ultimately out of the juvenile justice system. It gets them to see life from a new paradigm where they can pursue a lucrative and fulfilling career and become independently successful. I would like to thank you for going on this journey with us today and considering the Boomerang program to be the key to success for the young people that you see and engage with every day.